Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and we are going to be talking about fake dating in this video. So first, can we just give a shout out to Hello Lovely because I am fully decked out in Hello Lovely merch. I have a hat that says reading never looked this good. Well-read woman is a dangerous thing. Sweatshirt covered in cat hair, and I think my shirt underneath is even Hello Lovely. This is their bad dark romance t-shirt, so fully decked out in Hello Lovely gear here. So thought that was funny, so just had to mention that. But today we're going to be talking about fake books with a fake dating trope in it. This is a trope that I really like, but can be overdone. So I don't love reading it like one after the other, but it's still one of my favorite tropes and I still really enjoy it when I read it. So I have a couple of books that I'm just going to recommend that we're going to talk about. So the first one is Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. I couldn't do a fake dating video without talking about this book. I fucking love it. This one is about Dani Brown, who gets rescued from the building by her hero, whose name is Zav, and the building is, I think it's on fire, or there's an emergency, and Zaf is a security guard. Dani works in the building. Zaf ends up saving her and he gets photographed carrying her out of the building, and it blows up and it goes everywhere, and it ends up like all over social media and trending, and everyone thinks that they're dating and thinks that it's so cute. And it's really good for Zaf because he has this foundation that he's been trying to get publicity for. And so with this whole media buzz and everything, so many people are finding his foundation, and so he's like, this is really working for me. And so basically they end up deciding to roll with it and going with the buzz and fake dating to continue the buzz around it. And they are already really good friends, so it's also kind of a friends to lovers romance. And it is so cute. Zaf is one of my absolute favorite heroes ever. He's such a sweetheart. The foundation that he runs is for athletes, and it's for like young athletes and dealing with mental illness and making it just like okay for men to have anxiety or show their emotions or be sad and upset and cry, and to know that that doesn't make you less manly. And I think it's like absolutely amazing. And it just really fits with Zaf's character because he used to be a rugby player, and it just makes so much sense, and he's such a sweetheart hero, and I absolutely freaking love him. Dani also really wants like a friend with benefits situation, so she's like trying to seduce Zaf and make him like her friends with benefit. It's very funny. Dani is just an all-around really fun heroine. She's also bisexual, which I really love, so it's just all around 10 out of 10 book. Would totally recommend it if you haven't read it. Then the next one that I'm going to talk about is Not So Meet Cute by Megan Quinn. This is one that I read last year and really enjoyed. This is about a heroine who's really kind of down on her luck. She graduated from school and just really thought that she, at this point, it's now been a couple of years, and she just kind of thought that at this point she would just like be in a job that she loved and not living with her parents. Which I related to a lot, which is part of the reason why I like this book. But she had been working at this job that her parents told her not to take because it was with this like frenemy of hers, but the heroine was like, no, I really want to take it. And then she ends up getting let go. She ends up getting fired, and she refuses to tell her parents that she lost her job because her parents are expecting her to move out. And so she's just like all around struggling, and she decides to go on this like walk through the rich part of town, dressed up really hot, to try and find a husband, a rich husband. She's like at mental breakdown point at this, she's like, I just need this is the solution. This is what I can come up with. And she ends up running into this guy who needs a wife. So the hero, who, he is a very rich man. He owns this company with his brothers, and he is trying to secure this business deal with this guy. And the guy is not having it. He's like, nah. And his brothers, the hero's brothers, tell him, you need to like find things you relate to. You need to be more social, more talkative with him, and not just make it like all about the business. And so the hero goes to this meeting, and the man that he's trying to do the business deal is talking about how he just recently got married to this woman that he absolutely loves, and how they're having a baby. And the hero blurts out, oh yeah, I'm recently married and I have a baby on the way too. And he doesn't. So he decides to hire the heroine to be his fake, I think it's actually fiance. I think it's fiance, be his fake fiance, and in order to secure the deal with this guy. And there's like a contract and everything. It's like very like set, like the heroine gets paid for this like as if it was a job. She moves in with the hero because she doesn't want to tell her parents that she lost her job, and that she needs to move out. So she moves in with the hero, and it's just very, very funny, very steamy. Really, really enjoyed it. It's a little bit long, but the audiobook was really fast paced. I didn't even notice how long it was, and when I went to like fill it into my data chart afterwards, and I saw how many pages it actually was, I was shocked because it didn't feel like that at all. The audiobook was just so fun and enjoyable to listen to, and I had a great time reading it, and the fake dating element is really funny, and I really enjoyed it. Then the next one that I'm going to talk about is Feral Sins by Suzanne Wright. This one is actually a werewolf romance. It's a paranormal werewolf romance. The hero is trying to secure an alliance with the heroine's father. He is an alpha of a pack, but he really needs more alliances, and he's trying to secure an alliance with the alpha of the heroine's pack. The heroine is supposed to be basically sort of like engaged, mated to this guy that she freaking hates, who wants to mate with her against her will. But her dad's kind of signed off on her because the guy has given him like some story about how they're like together. And so the heroine and the hero end up deciding to pretend to be fated mates. And it is so good, because they both think that they had already had a fated mate, so they have to fake being fated mates, and try and like make it this whole production so everyone will believe it, and they have to pretend to be like super in love and like all over each other, and the hero has to be like really possessive of her, and it's so good. And I actually really, really loved it. It was such an interesting idea of fake dating, because like they have to, like, fated mates is like a whole situation where they are like 100% sure that they're destined to be together. So they have to fully like pretend and like commit to make everyone else believe that they are together. And the heroine thinks that her fated mate died when she was younger, and so she has to like be extra convincing to make everyone who knew that she believed that her mate had died when they were younger believe that this hero is now her fated mate. It's very good. Totally, totally would recommend it. Great like touch her and die vibes. Very obsessive hero. Really, really good. Then the next one that I'm going to talk about is Boss Man Bridegroom by Megan Quinn. This is another Megan Quinn. Megan Quinn does fake dating really well. This one is another one where it's a billionaire hero. He is a CEO, and the heroine is his like personal assistant. And the heroine's grandmother is ill. And the heroine and her grandmother are very close. I think her grandmother like even raised her. But they're very, very, very close. And the grandmother meets the hero, who is the heroine's boss, and thinks that they're dating. And like won't hear it that they're not together, that they're not like in love. So when the heroine finds out that her grandma is ill and that she's dying, the heroine knows that her grandmother has always wanted to see her get married, always wanted to see her be in a relationship and get married. And that's like, she's like, oh my gosh, that's like my grandmother has always wanted that and I'm not gonna give that to her. And so she decided to go to her boss and propose to him, to get him to be fake engaged to her, to give her grandmother her last wish, basically. It's really, really good. I really loved this one and this whole series. I love a CEO assistant romance anyway. So CEO assistant plus fake dating was just so, so fun, so good. I really, really enjoyed it. Then the last one that I'm going to talk about is The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This one is really interesting because it is fake dating, but instead of pretending to be in a fake relationship, they're pretending that they used to be in a relationship. So they're pretending to be exes. So the hero and the heroine work together at a radio station, and radio's kind of like failing and they need a new show idea. And I think it's the heroine, ends up saying like somebody should have a show between exes. And the producers think that's a great idea. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's perfect. And so the hero and the heroine, who do not get along, and everyone kind of thinks that they act like exes anyway, decide to pretend to be exes for this radio show. So they spin this whole story about how they used to be like secretly dating and then they had to break up. But while they're pretending to be exes, they're also falling in love. So it's very, very good. It's very interesting. A very different premise. I had never read anything like it before, which made it very, very fun. So I would totally recommend it. Loved the fake dating aspect. That's it. That's the ones that I was going to recommend in this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so you can see me in my next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.